that sound, you know, and it was an air balloon with 1 or 2 people in it. And I was just watching it glide along, wondering what it would be like to be in the air balloon. But it came down. It didn't crash, but it came down. And when it came down, it was just still flat on the ground, and the air balloon started deflating. And it was like the trip was over. Then it tried to get up again several times and it couldn't. So there was no danger to the passengers, but there was obviously something wrong. Maybe they're out of gas or whatever, I don't know. But I started getting the flashes of when we were prepared to take a so-called trip. And sometimes we'd fast 12 or 13 days on just water. So that in Hawaii, when I lived on the beach, we could have a clean trip and really become one with God. For we longed so much for that. And so we would become one with God. It was like a union beyond a union that we couldn't have imagined. But then, just like the air balloon, we'd come down. And sometimes the coming down was more of a crash coming down. And so we go up again, and we come down, we go up again, and we come down. And then when I, through God's grace, entered my first Kundalini Yoga class in Tucson, Arizona in 1970, I didn't come down. I said, this is what I've been looking for my whole life. To have this space inside of me that's really real. And that I don't come down. I just go into that, whatever I've been searching for. It was such a relief. And for those of you who still smoke marijuana, because I couldn't even go out of my hut, tent, shelter, wherever I was living, without being stoned. And we thought we were smarter, more creative, more communicative, just more clever, more beautiful, more everything when we were stoned. And when I stopped in 1970, which is 45 years ago, I realized I wasn't any of those things that my mind had kept telling me I was, and how I needed these drugs to be that which I wanted to be. And I know many of you have experienced this. The relief was unbearably beautiful. The relief of knowing that I could find my way home within myself was beyond my deepest comprehension. And every day in sadhana, I just bow to this blessing of this technology and this teacher, because when he first met me in 1970, he said, I wouldn't even want to tell you what would have happened to you if you hadn't come home to this ashram. I would have been dead, because I was 26 and I had had such edges with death. Why? Because my brain didn't work right. I was just putting myself in danger all the time. And when I think back of the thousands of angels that must have been working 24/7 to keep me alive until I finally could find my teacher. That's why I teach it. As I move into my 73rd year, people say, when are you going to retire? Retire is such a funky word. You're going to You're going to again be tired? I mean, it doesn't make any sense. I said, I will retire when I take my last exhale, God willing. It's just a gift, and I know many of you are teachers and thinking of being teachers. It's a gift. And if your gift is not actively being right now, please take a good look at it. When I ask people, are you a teacher? Are you teaching? No. Whew. Teach. I don't care who you teach. If this technology this community, this Sangha, helped you turn behind you and find out there's so many people out there that need to come back home to their breath. It may not be recreational drugs now, but it's so much pharmaceutical and endorsed by society. But we know that's not the answer. We all know that. It may be something you need at the moment because you're in so much trauma and a loss or something, but we can do it. I'm so happy when people say they go into school systems and help the children, because you get this when you're young. It's your foundation. Is Kata in here now still? Please, I said yesterday, she's going to come up. This one woman, come. Okay, so we had talked about any organization for profit had to also have a non-profit. You cannot balance your life if you're just for profit. You will never, ever be happy. So she started contemplating and thinking about it. And this is a beautiful, beautiful project. And she did it so easily. I'm not saying easily in the hours it took her, but the manifestation of it that I want to share with you so that you can say, aha, I could do this also for.
So actually the way it happened was a little different.